Listen.
Yeah, I'm just saying I'm good.
I ain't talking.
I'm going to stay in the positive this weekend, and so we'll just leave A&M out, and we'll give you one more chance.
Oh, you better watch what you're saying though.
Yeah, I know. I already told you. Well.
Yeah.
Oh, we're already, see. I love it when we're already see the camera already flipped back on.
Okay.
So but yeah. So I mean, you know me. I mean, I've been telling you for 2 months. You just didn't believe.
Let's just go ahead and get this over with.
Okay.
Are you getting ready?
I hope you trip.
Hello, Austin, Texas. You're listening to the Home Team with Troy and Wyatt, where we bring sports and money together for your education and entertainment. If you have any questions about anything we say today, and oh boy, will you after what you hear from Wyatt, please reach out to me at loansfromtroy.com or give me a call at 855-299-HOME. And please remember that phone number is for mortgage and real estate questions only.
No, you can call
Nothing to do about the sports that we're fixing to discuss.
They call them every once in a while. Yeah, we got some. Yeah,
and this segment is brought to you by Security National Mortgage. Now, whether they support the Horns or not, that's kind of up to you. You know?
Right.
But in Security National Mortgage, where
I don't know.
we turn houses into homes by financing
your
American dream. I'm in such a good mood. I'm just throwing this out at you. I've been all over the place.
I said I don't know because I'm just trying to throw you off so much. I'm not ready for what you're about to say.
Now first, when you read an educational book, they tell you all of where all the information came from at the end, right? So we're going to go ahead, we had a great show earlier. We discussed a lot about 2-1 buy downs, markets, all that sort of stuff. So with that, we definitely want to give thanks and credit to the superstars. We have 3 of them. So that's a big room.
Yeah, I like it.
We have Charlie Aghadiuno.
Yes, sir.
It is ChooseAustinHomes.com. He is Choose Charlie Real Estate Team. I don't know Charlie. I don't know why. I just love that. Best way to get a hold of him is 512-289-0940. And then, of course, we have now from Waco. Now, she's a Baylor fan. And she's like nodding.
Chicken Bears.
That's right. She's a Baylor fan.
She admitted out.
That's right. And you got to hey, look, you got to love that respect in her because
I'm an Aggie.
Did you hear that, Charlie?
I'm okay. We're still just a little bit step over the Baylors.
That's right. That's
just a little bit.
Jessica Cuevas.
Yeah.
Now, I said it my Texan style. Everybody else knows the proper way to say it. Best way to get a hold of her is 512-848-5877. And then now we have what we call the Texas Triangle. He, grew up in Houston, handles San Antonio and Austin area as far as for real estate. Really good with first-time home buyers, new builds, and investment properties. Chris Henry, thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
And you can reach him at 713-791-4356. So thank you guys for coming and making, in my opinion, making everyone a little bit smarter from the information that y'all gave out today.
And happier too, because they're a good group.
Absolutely. Yeah. Heck yeah. A lot of
in the
absolutely. Yeah. And so, this is normally the time of the year that I come on begrudgingly, because I cannot remember the last time that the Texas Longhorns were 2-0 in a football season.
It's been a while.
It's been a long time.
And it was a solid 2-0. It's not just I last week was saying, this was my outlook, right? Longhorns had a tough first half against Rice.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't look good. I mean, they were off step. The long ball wasn't there. Mm-hmm. And then the Aggies, they seem like a well-oiled machine. And I was like, I'm a Longhorn fan, but they play each other. I'm an Aggie fan. But I was like, they better get it together because the Aggies do. Mm-hmm. Oh, boy, was I wrong.
And so I have watched so much football over the years that there are little things that you just start to kind of place on top of each other, and those were the things that I told you that because you asked me before if I thought the Longhorns were going to win, and I told you I truly do, and I kind of gave you some reasons why. I was like, in the first game, Alabama quarterback was throwing the ball and he was getting credit for these big bombs, but if you looked at the plays, the wide receivers, there wasn't anyone else in the screen. They were so wide open because they were playing such a bad team.
Right.
And the receivers were having to stop, run, cradle the ball, do this, all that stuff. And so I was like, when those windows tighten up, this is a different game. And
Right.
right off the bat, those windows tightened up, and it was a different game. And so the game unfolded, which, it hasn't unfolded like I've thought in the past, but the game unfolded very much how I thought it was going to unfold.
I mean, if you make 10 bets, you're going to win one of them.
Right.
Just
Hey,
saying.
a broken clock is right twice a
Once a
day.
day.
That's and and now there's this. It's a completely different fear, right? So there's the fear
Fear
of
of success.
right?
Yeah.
Because this team has been when they went to the Sugar Bowl, it was a chip on their shoulder. Nobody respects us,
Right.
team. Now all of a sudden you flop places. You're the number 3 ranked team in the country.
3 I thought it was 4.
Maybe 4.
Okay.
I mean, it was top 5.
Such a long
whatever.
run.
Yeah.
Such a long
Yeah.
run.
And
a couple minutes they'll be number 1.
no, they did get 2. Hey, they did get 2 first place votes.
Yeah, I did.
They
Yeah.
got 2 first place
No,
votes.
they had honestly though, and they handed it to them. It wasn't a close game. They handed it to them.
But the question is now, and this is what we talked about a couple weeks ago, can they carry it out 10 more
They're
times?
playing Baylor.
Well,
Okay, like my kid did tell me that, well, my 3 kids, let me just say that. They all told me that if Baylor and UT play each other, they're going for UT. And I'm like, why? Like, we live
Oh,
in
that
Waco.
hurts the heart,
Time
right?
for the
Yes.
orphanage.
Yeah, right. how much are kids going for these days, right?
Not enough. I've already
Yeah.
Can you put that
tried.
on Facebook Marketplace? No,
No, you can't.
I've
You
tried.
get blocked.
No, so you never know though, because Texas has come out and done that, right? So
I mean,
that's the
Yeah.
worry, right?
Yeah.
That's the worry.
Yeah.
So Baylor had a tough beat. U of H,
Yeah.
Chris over here is U of H. So
Now,
Yes,
Rice, I mean, is Rice that good, or does U of H not respect the opponent? I don't know.
U of H is now in the Big 12, getting new recruits,
that's gonna
and
change.
so it's going to change a lot of things.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
hometown kids will stay home.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, and that's a big
We're
big
good.
difference. Big difference.
No, I think that's a big move. I think Texas leaving and leaving some space from other people coming in is helping a lot of other colleges.
And when TCU first came to the Big 12 conference, the first couple years they didn't do that good. But because they were part of the Big 12, they were able to recruit a different caliber. And I don't want to, but basically, if you're recruiting, let's just say right at a 3.0 star on normal, and now all of a sudden you're in a much bigger conference that goes to like a 3.4. When you spread that out over 80 people, you get better games and things like that. Or what, just giving you a number. But yes,
And
that's going to help them in long term. Yeah, it's just a shame. It's a shame, I think, that Texas left as Houston was coming in, because Houston's kind of one of those,
It would have been a good rivalry.
Yes.
game.
Yeah, and Houston's from years past they come out and they just have an awesome team.
Oh yeah, I mean, I remember the '80s. I remember the '80s.
Yeah.
And good playing Houston this year.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a good game.
Yeah, it is.
So
Yeah.
I took them off task for a little bit because we had guests here, which is good. But let me just add one more, and I do want to go back to the Longhorn's amazing win. But talking about NIL and getting recruits and what have you, Coach Prime. Hey, how can you not watch that? That's just good. That's good sports story right there.
I will tell you, it's very funny because he retired as a Cowboy, right? So I like him. Right, but before he was a Cowboy, I did not like him at all. Right, he was a 49ers, and he that was pass interference, and Michael Irvin. That was 30 years ago. I still remember the play in my head. But then he became a Cowboy, and so now I love him. I mean, his antics are fun to me, and he retired, and he hasn't really. I say antics; they're not really antics. It's
He was the original Terrell.
Yes.
Ocho Cinco. He wasn't as bad as them, but he was because he still had some respect about it. But he was a bit of a problem child.
But his antics were positive. It was he challenged the receiver on the other side.
Right.
He didn't challenge his owner. He didn't challenge the coach.
Or the other players on the team.
Right? Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
He did it the right way.
Yeah. He was his antics were for his fans.
It was all
Right.
psyche.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it was a lot of fun. And so it's funny to me because Florida State, he went and tried to get hired at Florida State. They said no. Right, and he got upset about that because he's Prime. So so now the Florida State fans in general are mad at him because he's talked a lot of smack. And I said, okay, listen, y'all have known Deion longer than most everyone else because most Florida State fans followed him in high school and stuff. And I'm like, Deion's always played with a chip on his shoulder. right?
Right.
And he's just needed that chip. And Florida State gave him the chip to be the best coach, be one of the best coaches in the league. Florida State didn't give him a chance. That's what he needed to become a superstar.
He
I did that.
But he
Yeah.
did throw him. He said, "Yeah, I'm not a Seminole."
Yeah.
You know, y'all forget that I started this other college or something.
Yeah.
He didn't like it, but
But
nonetheless,
he needs that chip. That's just how he's always been. Everything he's done in his life, he's needed a chip on his shoulder.
Something to fuel.
Yeah, and that's his fuel. Everybody has their fuel. The great ones have their own fuel. His is a chip on his shoulder.
Well, the last time I saw this, and it is the Aggies, but it's when Johnny, Manziel, Johnny Football, everybody counted them out. I mean, like absolutely knew that they were going to be just torn apart. And then their first year they came out, it was an amazing story to watch, right?
Yeah,
Because it was
it was.
unexpected. Everybody counted them out. I know he's
wanna
not he's
talk
new to Johnny,
smack.
but he's talking smack in the back.
I want to talk
But
smack so bad.
Prime,
But I won't.
Hey, hold on real quick. Hey, so Prime is everyone counted him out. Everyone, even I did. I thought, that's a pretty rough thing he's going through. I mean, you're redoing your entire roster. I'm hoping he gets 50% of his games.
Oh, for sure.
That's what I was hoping for.
He really did better than last year.
And he's killing it. So I'm on. I've been watching.
Oh no, it's like Coach Leach. Remember him and when he was in the Big 12? Mike Leach. After the post game, I would watch Texas Tech post game interviews with him because you never knew what he was going to say.
Yeah, right.
It was so much fun. And when he left the Big 12, I was very sad about it. Now I'm like, afterwards he's all, why should I start my own style? Well, obviously he's a pretty good quarterback. And I love the way I love his things. Again, when he plays Texas, I'm not going to like him that much. But that's only ain't that often.
Now that being said, born and raised in Austin, I am a Longhorn fan. I begrudgingly will say that when they're not playing my Aggies. We have to talk about that game again. It was amazing to watch. You were there. Tell us about how that was.
The atmosphere was amazing. The pregame, I like the Longhorn pregame better than theirs. Theirs was kind of plain, I thought. But once the game got going and stuff, they did a lot of cool things. Loud, the fans were all in it. But I will say I do have video, if you want to go to my personal Facebook page, of it about 4.5 minutes, the Alabama fans leaving the stadium.
Oh, that made your day.
Almost made me cry. I was up there. And again, this was the greatest road win of my lifetime.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
People don't realize that. So, 1969 was the last time they did
Did you
something
cry?
this. Absolutely. Okay. Hey, everyone, you've been listening to The Home Team with Troy and Wyatt. We hope you've enjoyed what you've heard. If you have any questions, please reach out to me at loansfromtroy.com or give me a call at 855-299-HOME. And as always, this segment is brought to you by Security National Mortgage, where we turn houses into homes by financing
Your
American Dream. See you next week. Hook 'em horns.
Love it, bro.